G'day battlers, and today we're going to be going over some of CatchTheRye's Sunrise Cup tournament run. So I'm not able to battle at the moment because I'm stuck on the broken version of the app. So in the meantime, we're going to watch CatchTheRye do some tournament battles in JigglyDad's tournament, and I'll link to his Discord and Twitch in the description below. He's a fantastic and super creative self-content creator. I'll actually shout him more out at the end of the video, so definitely stick around for that. But in the lead situation, there was Abomasnow versus Shadow Dragonite, and I'll also have all of the teams in the pinned comment below. So I'll have CatchTheRye's teams as well as all of his opponents, and also the tournament link will be there too. So yeah, fantastic lead. So the opponent ScientistE swapped out into Skarmory, and so CatchTheRye's able to swap into a Galarian Stunfisk here, which is a fantastic matchup. Galarian Stunfisk would also be good against that Dragonite, but he really wants to keep that Abomasnow in the back for that, and Abomasnow isn't great up against Skarmory. It's not totally a fish out of water, but you know, bring in the Stunfisk, save Abomasnow for later. It's just a better play there. So Rock Slide, because that Brave Bird debuff is going to take out the Skarmory. Still 2 shields on the board, and in comes that Swampert. So Swampert is going to take a little bit of damage from this Earthquake if it goes through. Shield comes up though, and then instant swap out into the Vigoroth. So Vigoroth vs Swampert, we haven't actually gone over yet, but it'll be in part 3 of my Sunrise Cup meta series, which should be coming soon, so subscribe if you haven't already. But basically, neither Pokemon wants to swap into the other, just because it's kind of, that's where it is on energy. So because the Swampert was in there first, I think it actually would have come out on top, but ScientistE swaps into that Shadow Dragonite, knowing that he doesn't want to leave it for the Abomasnow later on. So if he brings it in now, soaks up the Vigoroth's energy, which he just did, and also gets some energy going, might be in a better spot. And Body Slam just does so much because 1, Dragonite's in Great League, it doesn't get to a high level, it doesn't have too much going for it, and 2, it's a Shadow, which means it's going to take even more damage from everything. So CatchTheRye actually lets the Dragon Claw come through just to finish off that Dragonite, finish off the Galarian Stunfisk, sorry. Brick comes in with the Swampert, and this is basically GG's already. Swampert is like almost already in Weather Ball range if it isn't already. So that one last Weather Ball burns the shield, going for another Weather Ball, and yeah, this is going to KO the Swampert, and that's going to be GG's with 2 shields remaining on game 1. So massive flex there from CatchTheRye. Going into battle number 2, Mantine vs Swampert. I don't think we have gone over this yet, but this is kind of a pretty solid spot for the Mantine. It's just like really good actually. But catching the Bubble Beam on the opposing Mantine that ScientistE just swapped in, which is kind of a bad situation. Like you would kind of prefer that the Bubble Beam would land on the Swampert and then you swap out so that you don't get debuffed, or so that you clear that debuff from the Swampert. Because now ScientistE is switch locked in there with that Mantine, and it's already been debuffed before it even did anything, so it's really just not great. And CatchTheRye did have the opportunity to swap into Abomasnow, which is a pretty good Mantine counter, but decided to just throw some more energy from his own Mantine first to get some energy going, and yeah, now in comes the Abomasnow just to really dominate this matchup now. Eats a Bubble Beam, but that's all good. Goes for this Weather Ball, which is going to do a nice little bit of damage. It does have the water typing, which is going to resist the ice damage, but the flying typing makes it neutral. And now probably another Bubble Beam coming through, just to kind of really nerf that Abomasnow for now. The Swampert switching in, so going for the Energy Ball. Let's see how much it does with. You know, it's so super effective. Oh, actually, never mind. We will not see. But really good shield there from ScientistE too. But presumably going to let this come through. It is just a Hydro Cannon, not a Sludge Wave. So that's actually pretty good for CatchTheRye, because now the Swampert's going to have to burn even more energy to avoid having to burn another shield later. Just going for another Hydro Cannon. Almost gone now. Abomasnow gets this Weather Ball. We'll see if ScientistE has been counting and knows that an Energy Ball could not be coming through. Does burn the shield. So definitely thought that was going to be an Energy Ball. So fantastic shield back from CatchTheRye's side, and with 2 shields to 0, so really looking good here. So in comes the Swampert, and I mean with 2 to 0 shields, this Swampert's looking pretty good. I'm just going to say that now. Probably just going to go straight for the Hydro Cannon. Oh no, another charge move coming through. Let this one come through because it isn't going to KO. It does do a nice chunk, but then ooh, a swap into the Mantine does not catch the charge move, but CatchTheRye decides to throw this Hydro Cannon because the Mantine was about to get a Bubble Beam off, and he didn't want his Hydro Cannons to become nerfed. So presumably, well, maybe Swampert comes back in and then should be able to get to another Hydro Cannon. Okay, in comes the Shadow Dragonite and doesn't get any charge moves off, just burns all of that energy. This is actually turned from a really good situation to a pretty bad situation. But he's going to be able to burn this shield, and then maybe get to an Ice Beam, which will definitely take out the Dragonite. Lost a lot of health on that Mantine though, so now Mantine has to do some work against that Swampert, and Swampert charges up so quick, I'm not sure if it's going to come out here. In comes the Swampert, yeah, that doesn't look good. That's going to be GG's. I think that battle looked really good for CatchTheRye. Unfortunately, not getting that energy off and that Dragonite just coming in, it just kind of ruined it all. So we'll see what happens in game 3 here. Fantastic lead with Galarian Stunfisk versus Shadow Dragonite. Obviously, it's not too bad because it isn't like Abomasnow where the quick move is doing the damage. The charge moves would be doing the damage here. So Shadow Dragonite is able to get some energy and then swap out to the Mantine. In the lead, as we've gone over before, Mantine can go straight Bubble Beam for the win here, but that was assuming that there was no like residual energy already hanging around. I'm not too sure what's going to happen here, but we'll see how it plays out. Going for the Rock Slide just to do some really nice damage, but it has been debuffed, so it doesn't actually do that much. In comes the Abomasnow and gets a Weather Ball off before a Bubble Beam comes through. I'm not sure whether ScientistE is like, it's got some like Aerial Ace nuke move hanging out in the back or something, and just wanted to not go for the... Okay, yeah, go straight for the Ice Beam. So I didn't want to do any debuffing. Just wanted to get some damage onto this Abomasnow, sneak it through. So CatchTheRye not shielding here, thinking that it's probably a Bubble Beam, and it is. So it doesn't have to shield, and then should be able to quick move down the Mantine and have a whole lot of energy to go into the next Pokemon. Probably not Shadow Dragonite, so we'll see what else ScientistE has on their team. Ooh, in comes the Shadow Dragonite. That is going to take so much damage here. It probably means that he might have Swampert in the back again, which is going to take a lot of damage from the energy balls. And there it is. There's the Swampert. And catching the second Weather Ball probably won't shield. Yeah, it doesn't shield. Knows that he caught it. And Abomasnow is going to get this energy ball before Swampert faints it. So just going for another Weather Ball because, hey, some damage is better than no damage. So swapping out now into Vigoroth with 2 shields to 0 again. CatchTheRye has really just been holding onto his shields, and it has kind of been working for him here. And ScientistE has been burning them pretty quick, I guess, because he's got kind of frail Pokemon, especially with that Shadow Dragonite. Shadow Dragonite is going to appreciate nothing coming its way. You could just breathe in Dragonite's direction, and Dragonite's not going to love it. So yeah, Vigoroth coming in, burn the shield here. And we saw how much damage a Body Slam from Vigoroth did before, so just going to do it again. Not going to quite take out the Dragonite, but it's going to bring it into the red, basically. Yep, into the red, goes for another Body Slam, and this is GG's, and that is going to be round 1 to CatchTheRye. And I think we don't have the footage for round 2 here, but we have the footage for round 3, and then we have the footage for round 4, which, so round 3 up against RC Cola of Team Rocket Academy, so I'll link to Team Rocket Academy in the description below. Now, we've got the mirror match of the Mud Boys in the lead, so we'll see who does what here. Hydro Cannon is going to be a little bit nicer than the Mud Bombs going towards the opposing Mud Boy, so Swampert is in a bit of an advantage here. So you can see how much damage a Hydro Cannon did, and it charges up so fast that it's really nice to see. So CatchTheRye, presumably hoping that it was a Mud Bomb, was a Blizzard, so it is going to do a lot of damage there. Takes the hits, and RC Cola switching out into the Abomasnow, so that actually just lets CatchTheRye swap into Vigoroth here. Vigoroth has counter, which is going to be really nice up against the Ice typing on that Abomasnow, sorry. And these Body Slams are going to do a real nice chunk of damage, burning 1 shield there. You can just see the counters like already adding up. Luckily for Abomasnow though, it does charge up fairly fast, so can still get some stuff off. It's just not as much damage as you would like to see, but this Body Slam, presumably I think it's going to burn a shield from that Abomasnow so that it can get more energy off. Yep, burns the shield, and then going to go for some energy here to force the Vigoroth to shield if it wants to stay alive, basically. So now switching back out into Whiscash, playing all sorts of swap games. CatchTheRye is really just going to have to play some like quick maths to try and figure out how much energy the Pokemon have in the back. And getting the Body Slam off just before this charge move comes through is pretty massive for CatchTheRye, because it means whatever he brings in is going to be able to farm up a little bit of energy without really having to worry. And Galarian Stunfisk, if a Mud Bomb came through from that Whiscash, that would be so terrible. But because he was able to bring in that Galarian Stunfisk, now when the opposing Galarian Stunfisk comes in, he's got the energy advantage, can get that Earthquake off, swap into the Swampert with the Hydro Cannon ready, gonna take out the Galarian Stunfisk before he can do a single thing. In comes that pretty weak Abomasnow, 1 quick move, down goes Swampert, and all Galarian Stunfisk has to do is get to a Rock Slide. I think it's even going to tank any charge move from the Abomasnow. This is going to be GG's, and what a good game that was. So yeah, this Rock Slide going to finish off the Abomasnow, and that is GG's on game 1 of round 3, round 2 of what we're seeing. But yeah, going into battle number 2, we've got Vigoroth up against Stunfisk. So another good matchup for CatchTheRye here. Galarian Stunfisk swaps straight out of there into the Mantine. This isn't a terrible matchup for the Vigoroth, just because it is so spammy, it can get some stuff off. So burns a shield off of that Mantine. I guess the RC Cola kind of preparing for that fact that the earlier charge moves are going to do more damage if you're going to debuff them. So I think RC Cola is kind of preparing for a long haul, a full Vigoroth versus Mantine being played out. In comes the Abomasnow though, and throwing the energy ball straight away does so much damage because of that, again, the water typing being one way and then flying being the other, so it's kind of just neutral stab damage. Gets hit by an Ice Beam and probably just going to go for a Weather Ball here, just to really put that pressure onto the Mantine. So we'll see if his shield does come up from the other side. Then no shield, down goes the Mantine, and in comes the Galarian Stunfisk. So after battle 1, we know what a Galarian Stunfisk with an energy advantage can do. So RC Cola really trying to capitalize on that. Weather Ball really not doing much at all. So Galarian Stunfisk, we have to really be worried about the energy here. Burning the shield because it's could be an Earthquake, and it is the Rock Slide bait, so really well played on RC Cola's part. Vigoroth really just going straight for the Bulldoze here, knowing that a Bulldoze is going to KO that Galarian Stunfisk out of the sky. Unfortunately, RC Cola does shield it, which is probably the right play on Cola's part because it's going to be able to get the Earthquake off here, burning the shield so there's no more shields, and Vigoroth is going to be able to count it down before another charge move comes through. And coming back in, that was really bad drum roll sound. Oh, Mantine, which had like no health left, like just gave Vigoroth a counter of energy. Maybe RC Cola was hoping that Vigoroth was going to throw some energy and the Body Slam would just be wasted on like a 1 HP Mantine. Abomasnow getting the charge move off just before the Vigoroth here though. Weather Ball doesn't quite take out the Vigoroth. 1 HP in a dream, and this is going to take out the Abomasnow. Or is it? Yeah, it is. I thought that I might have hung on with it for a sliver there, and actually took a picture of that, the screenshot of 1 HP in a dream. Fantastic play. But going into battle number 3, Vigoroth versus Mantine again. So going for the Body Slam straight away. We'll see if RC Cola decides to shield this time. Yep, lets it go through, thinking that CatchTheRye's is probably going to swap out this time instead of playing it the same way. Going for the Bubble Beam though. And then swapping out into the Abomasnow. So Abomasnow, are we going to see the same play? No, we are not going to see the same play. Going straight for the Weather Ball this time before a Bubble Beam debuff comes through. Burning the first shield off the Mantine now. And we'll see if I feel like I've seen a lot of Ice Beams coming through first. Okay, going for the Bubble Beam this time. I'm not sure if that was a shield bait or if it was just trying to debuff that Abomasnow before Abomasnow could take it out. But gets a second shield from that Weather Ball, and in comes the opposing Abomasnow. So this is kind of looking good for the CatchTheRye here. We know what CatchTheRye can do when he's got 2 shields to the opponent's 0. Eats a Weather Ball, and then throwing a Weather Ball back. No shield, so it's going to go through, and it's going to do a nice little chunk of damage. And then in comes the Vigoroth. Vigoroth is just going to be able to, almost could have just countered down and burned shields, but I guess didn't really want to, so burn the shield here, going to go for the Body Slam. I think I was hoping that the Body Slam would go through before the Weather Ball, but all good. Oh, and the Body Slam actually didn't go off, so gets another counter before this Body Slam comes through, which is actually pretty nice. So down goes the Abomasnow, and in comes the Mantine coming back. So does CatchTheRye decide to burn a shield? No, they do not. So Bubble Beam gets debuffed, and then in comes the Wigglytuff. So this is one that we have not seen yet, and Vigoroth is not loving it now that it's been debuffed. So counter would usually do an okay amount of damage because of the normal typing on the Wigglytuff, but after being debuffed, it's just not really doing that much. Unfortunately for RC Cola, CatchTheRye has the Galarian Stunfisk, and Galarian Stunfisk has got a steel typing going for it. It does so well in this matchup, especially with that shield to burn the Ice Beam. It charges up that has to be 100 energy, if not it would be 95. But going for the Rock Slide, takes out, doesn't quite, never mind, 2 mudshots away, and then a whole lot of energy to go onto this Mantine in the back. This Rock Slide is going to do a chunk of damage, and I think that's going to be GG's on Game 3 of the technical round 3. So going to the finals here, CatchTheRye was 3-0, so is Koza Beast 757. So this is the finals of the tournament, both kings of the tournament, and we'll see who comes out the victor. So Abomasnow lead versus Vigoroth. This is not a great spot for that Abomasnow, as we've seen before, so instant swap out into the Mantine. Mantine, a pretty good safe swap in my opinion, unless the opponent has Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is such a pain in Mantine's side. Because you should be running Thunder in this cup on those Ferrothorns, it's going to do so much damage at the Water Flying typing on the Mantine. CatchTheRye decides to burn a shield just to keep this thing around, and went for the Power Whip. Got shield baited there. Not that Power Whip would do no damage at all. Power Whip is definitely still a scary move from the Mantine, from the Ferrothorn. It's just not as devastating as the Power Whip, as the Thunder. What am I saying? We get another Ice Beam through. Really actually bring this Ferrothorn pretty low now. And there's the Thunder, takes out the Mantine, and then whatever he's going to bring in is going to be able to farm up some energy. So it decides to bring in that Vigoroth, the wonderful safe swap, getting some energy going, and we'll see what does come in. It is the Vigoroth Mirror. So the other Vigoroth is going to get this Body Slam off first. So with that slight energy advantage, that's generally going to put the game advantage into the opponent's side. This Body Slam can just get shielded, and then CatchTheRye's got no shields here. The opponent still has one. And so CatchTheRye's really just been put on the other foot here. Going to get hit by this presumable Body Slam and just really going to start getting chunked away. Gets a Body Slam off. We'll see if the last shield of the game burns off or not. It kind of depends what Pokemon's in the back. Lets the Body Slam come through and then swaps out into Abomasnow, trying to get some energy up. And it's Galarian Stunfisk in the back. So if there was even shields, this would be an okay matchup for Abomasnow, especially with that little bit of energy advantage. Unfortunately, there's still a shield on that Stunfisk side. It's not looking good for Abomasnow. I'm just going to say it now. Even just a Rock Slide can come through here. Does a whole lot of damage there. And yeah, here comes another one. Galarian Stunfisk charging up energy so fast. Takes out the Abomasnow. In comes back the Vigoroth. And I think a Rock Slide is going to come through before Vigoroth can do anything. And yeah, that is GG's on battle numero uno. Down goes the Vigoroth. So going into battle 2 of the finals. Mantine versus Swampert. Okay, so fantastic lead for CatchTheRye here. We'll see what does happen. Instant swap out into Vigoroth. So again, this is kind of okay for Mantine here. So just, I mean, maybe looks like he's staying in or at least going for the debuff first. Just because, you know, once you've got a Pokemon swapped in and you have a Mantine against it, throwing Bubble Beams is a pretty good play just because you know it has to stay around and it's going to stay around doing less damage than normal, which is just, it's nice to see. Does get the back-to-back Body Slams before a Bubble Beam can sneak through. That is pretty solid for the opponent's part there. Over half of Mantine's health is gone now. Going for the Bubble Beam. Down goes the health a little bit more and the debuff. Brings in Vigoroth now and probably just going to let this Body Slam come through now that it is double debuffed. And it comes through. That did like no damage at all. The swap timer is up for the opponent there though, so he's able to come into Swampert now. Vigoroth has a little bit of energy though, so looking kind of okay-ish. Vigoroth is pretty low on health now, so one Hydro Cannon is going to take it out at this point. So shielding up there, and then going to go for another Body Slam, trying to burn some shields from the opponent's side too, because they've still got both of them, so we'll see if one comes out here. There's one of them, and then probably going to... is CatchTheRye going to shield here to shields, protects the Vigoroth, knows that he's going to be able to get to, oh, never mind, swapping out into the Mantine, hoping to get another debuff off before a charge move comes through, and he is able to do that. Hydro Cannon isn't going to do tons and tons to Mantine. Bubble Beam actually almost took out them. Ooh, I thought Mantine was about to farm down the Swampert there, but yeah, not going to happen. Goes for the Sludge Wave, and that is going to take out the Mantine. Whatever comes in here, going to get the tiniest bit of energy. In comes the Vigoroth. Vigoroth with energy, definitely dangerous. Able to counter down that opposing Vigoroth before too much happens. And in it comes the Ferrothorn. So going for the Bulldoze here. Really hoping to sneak this through. We'll see how this does play out. And a shield. So much energy from the Vigoroth just gone there. I'm trying to swap out into the Abomasnow, but it wasn't going through, which is really unfortunate for CatchTheRye here. Because this is kind of an okay matchup for Abomasnow. If only he was able to switch out a little bit earlier, he would have had some more energy on his side. Goes for the Power Whip, which isn't going to do too much, because it is going to be resisted. We'll see if he goes for the Thunder this time to try to... Nope, going straight Power Whip. Only kind of like one Power Whip plus some Bullet Seeds away from KO. Gets this Weather Ball off. And kind of needs another Weather Ball to be able to take out this... And doesn't take it out in the end. I really think if the switch went off, CatchTheRye would have won that battle. But unfortunately, that is kind of how things go. And almost had it too. One single turn. So going into game 3 now. It is 2-0, but for the pride, we're going to the final battle of the video. Mantine versus Skarmory. And going to go straight for this Bubble Beam just to bring down that Skarmory's defense. And I really kind of wonder how this, me saying Bubble Beam has been coming through on the audio. Because when I'm saying it, I'm really kind of like speed saying Bubble. Anyway, Bubble Beam, again, just bringing that Skarmory's attack right down. We'll see how the rest of this plays out. If I was the Skarmory, I'd be a little bit scared at this point, swapping out into the Galarian Stunfisk. So again, as I said before in this video, Mantine can go straight Bubble Beam to take out a Galarian Stunfisk in the lead scenario. Because the Mantine had already lost health, it's probably a better play to swap out into that Vigoroth, shield up all of this energy, and the Earthquake is tons just wasted from that Galarian Stunfisk. Going to go straight for the Bulldoze, knowing that this will take it out if it sneaks through. Really just fingers crossed for CatchTheRye, and it does go through, taking out the Galarian Stunfisk. Got a Vigoroth here, and going to be hit by a Sky Attack from the Skarmory. So that's going to be a lot of damage there. Sky Attack, boom. It actually takes out like half of Vigoroth's health. Because Vigoroth is a normal type and doesn't have the fighting type, it's not going to be super effective damage like it would be to most other fighters. But yeah, there's a lot of energy there. Down goes the Vigoroth, and in comes the Mantine again. So almost going for the Bubble Beam, but has to burn a shield here to protect that Mantine. It is just a Sky Attack as opposed to a Brave Bird, and swapping out to the Vigoroth, catching this Bubble Beam. So it is going to be debuffed, which we've seen that a lot in this tournament, just Pokemon being swapped into and then being debuffed. The opponent does still have a shield though, so really not looking fantastic for CatchTheRye. Definitely still not, terrible. So we're going to go for another Bubble Beam here to bring down that Vigoroth's attack even more. Bada bing, bada boom. If you went for the Ice Beam, there's a chance that Vigoroth is going to get Body Slam off before the Ice Beam went off, and all of the energy would just go to waste. So Body Slam coming through, take out the Mantine. In it comes the Abomasnow. There's still a shield on that Vigoroth side, so this Weather Ball is presumably going to burn that last shield. And then he's going to have to get to another Weather Ball to take out Vigoroth. And then he's going to have to get to... Ooh, here comes the Skarmory. So now going for the Weather Ball to take out the Skarmory instead. Is this actually going to happen? No, surely this isn't going to happen. Takes out the Skarmory. Just has to get to this Weather Ball. Whoa, doesn't get to the Weather Ball. Is this Body Slam going to take out the Abomasnow? I feel like it might. Oh, 1 HP and a dream. No. Oh, no. The Weather Ball was right there, but... that Vigoroth sneaking through the back-to-back Body Slam. That is GG's on the tournament. So fantastic effort to CatchTheRye. Going for that 3-1. And congrats to CoAsABeast 757 for the tournament sweep 4-0. So yeah, again, thank you to CatchTheRye for sending this battle footage through. Unfortunately, we never did see the Zapdos from CatchTheRye. Maybe it was a bluff, maybe it wasn't, and it just didn't really fit into some teams. Zapdos is a bit of a scary one just because Galarian Stunfisk is on like literally every team. I actually checked, and there's only one team that Galarian Stunfisk is missing of. Actually, there's two, but one person dropped out of the tournament. And one of those people actually had a regular Stunfisk. So Stunfisk, absolute monster in this cup, and Zapdos is a little bit scared. But yeah, great plays from CatchTheRye. Some really good use of shields, just keeping those shields tight. And yeah, massive shout out to JigglyDad for running this tournament too. So if you've never heard of him, you really need to check him out on Twitch. JigglyDad hosts regular content from Shoutcast schools where he plays in tournament battles and has some people guest Shoutcast, while usually some judges would kind of judge them, give them feedback, and give them scores at the end of the show. That's on a little bit of a hiatus at the moment just because the original Season 1 judges are on a break. And he's also doing Twitch Sings, and he's doing regular tournaments. So please go join that JigglyDad Discord server in the description below. Whole lot of stuff going on there. And yeah, massive shout out to him. And I think that is all I want to say on that. Hopefully the update will come to my phone soon. I think the next video will be my part 3 of the Sunrise Cup Meta Simplified, looking into the anti-flyers. If you haven't checked out part 1s and 2 though, you can click up there to watch that. Part 1 was the Meta Simplified, and part 2 was looking into the flying types. So the full playlist, you can click up there for that. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one. Thank you to my patrons, Time9458, brajSF, Negative N10, or Yahwertle, SqeakyNL, and charizardyong for supporting the channel, because I seriously do appreciate that. And thank you to Sadie for the Twitch emote, Ready44 mates for the 5 continued subs, and Oscar for the sub. And with that, I will see you in the next video.